Hey, welcome back. So we are continuing. It's been oh gosh, 2 days since I last played this. So forgive me as I try to recalibrate what my thoughts were. If I remember correctly, we're trying to rush to the Age of Renaissance because I got a capping problem where I have maximum experience points, but I don't have a lot of stuff to spend it on. We are going to continue to keep producing these though, because it never hurts to have more fish. Um, in okay, I can't say that I'm a master at this game or that I have it all figured out. But what I can tell you is this is rare for me to be hitting the cap like this so much. I must be doing something right in this playthrough. Um, One of our top priorities is I really underestimated how strong this army is right here, and I may have to turn on the combat feedback. Um, they look like they're a bunch of wimps, and it's three sets of um, crossbows and one catapult, and yet I'm having so much trouble defeating them. Um, what I will tell you though is that they have you can see they're veteran level 2. Okay, they do get 1.2 attack. If they have a leader amongst them, there's this concept called tactics, which adds to all their strength. I just didn't think they did have a leader, but they completely wiped out my one army, which I know I was half jokingly bringing towards them. I didn't think it was going to be that easy. I do have a pikeman here waiting for them, and this, of course, is my trebuchet, which will be joining. And we're going to use the defenses of the city, which will probably even the odds for us. And yeah, that's just a bowman. And then we do have a city guard here. But the bottom line is we're going to produce some more units. I got to start dedicating some production to do that. The other thing I've noticed is I have 161 points. Holy buckets. I don't think I can build any more of those monuments. Remember how we had the monuments before? I don't think I can build any more, and in fact, I think they would have showed up here. So, what are we doing? This city has exploded in terms of its potential. I have these are the goods I have. I do have some ingots, which you can see I can convert into tools for more. Um, so that would give me more production. This would give me combat experience, and I think that just gives me more tool points. Um, these right now are currently at their cap, and we're already producing two of these. We could produce, for example, we could produce more and ship them to other countries. We have 4 tobacco, for example, and right now it doesn't look like there's anything I have that will influence tobacco. And I don't know if it's loud for you, but I have like some of the in-game noises are ringing through my. And then here you can see we have a whole bunch of cotton. Like we can make a lot of cloth. These, in particular, can be used to make oil. So let's see, can we actually make some oil here? Press. Yeah, so let's do that. And there she be. I think the biggest problem is Dallas doesn't have enough population to supply all these industries. Um, always a. This one I haven't even. Those are 28 points apiece. So this makes fleece and meat. Alright, so I got myself some llamas. Alright, we got her down to 60, and that's not even counting what we could possibly do here. Here's another logging camp opportunity. Same with that one. The paper maker. I thought we had a better saw pit. I thought we had a logging There's the saw pit. 3 logs to 3 lumber. I could have sworn we had an upgraded version of that. Maybe it was just a logging camp right now. I think later on the saw pit gets upgraded to like a lumber mill or something. I'm making it up, but and there's, for example, there's the monument, which I don't think we can. Let's see. And of course, yeah, see, limit per region is 1. So the only way to build more monuments right now is to take another city or another one of these regions and convert it into, instead of being a vassal, being directly controlled, which I do have the points for, right? I have 200 government points. I could take one of these and integrate them, no problem. And I would have all these buildings already pre-built. Um, so why don't I do that? Well, there's lots of reasons. Um, One is it gets to be a pain in the butt because these improvement points, as you can see, are universal, and they're divided amongst all the cities. Now, I'm getting plus 23 a turn. If I take my third city and upgrade it as much as the first 2 have been, I might be up in the plus 40 a turn. So theoretically, the third city should be producing just as much as the first 2, which means that we're only going to be that much more powerful. There's a lot to be said with that. I think Pittsburgh is probably the one place that I do want to do that in, and I got 2 turns before I can integrate them. And you can see prosperity is slowly going up because we do have a merchant there. Now, what else we got? We could convert, for example, this one. These ones are less interesting to convert because all you're going to do is get a bunch of fish. You theoretically want to make sure you convert something. Like, I think this one has always been in my target because it has coal, and I don't have coal in any of my other cities. We'll need to get them. In fact, we can do that now. Where are you? There we go. That's a castle. Looks like we got a merchant up here as well. This one looks like it won't necessarily give us new resources, but it does look like a good spot to turn into a city. I mean, why would I want to turn them into cities? Well, because then they can grow. Like, look at how Dallas has this big radius. This one, I'm less interested in making into a city. But looks like I even have room to probably plop one down up here. Because these 2 are very likely not going to grow that far. So this looks like another great spot. And in fact, since I'm at my cap, why not? And we're going to use this guy as an Uber. And I think we're going to go right here. I could go further back and try to get that coal, but I think right here looks good, or there. Alright, so off they go. We'll go get some fish. We have our navy here, so that whole bullcrap where they came across the water and landed is going to be less likely to occur. This is my other Uber coming back. Is it a good idea to raise an army? I would get a pike and a crossbow. Or do I do the Eureka? I'm going to try to wait. So Dallas has things to build, but we should probably... Yeah, let's produce a unit. What's New York doing? Oh yeah. So if they were to produce something, what would they have produced? It would have to be a crossbow. flush it. There we go. I know I spent 600 bucks on it, but so then that means, okay, what do I do with this? I think I will. I'm gonna do a Eureka. All right, so they did attack our city. So these are militia units here. My real unit is that one. And so there was 3 militia units, and yeah, they did quite a bit of damage, but it looks like we did too. There's no walls or anything. Remember, this is a vassal, so we don't have direct control over what they produce. Alright, so I'm going to go in. So now we have a catapult, which I'm not going to say is really good at, so we can unpack it. So we're going to go ahead and unpack it. So now they have better defense. It should help. I don't really view it as the be-all end-all of defenses. And then we're going to get a cavalry in there, so we should be pretty strong for a next attack. I really liked what that clergy did. That was pretty cool, actually. These artists, by the way, they give you an immediate... They just fill your culture bar. So you get one of these culture boosts immediately. So if you wanted to like spam a bunch of Eurekas, all you have to do is spend 50 points, use it, do a Eureka, spend 50 points, generate another one, use it, get another Eureka. The clergy seems to do a similar thing, except the difference is the clergy will spread the religion, because you can see not all of our cities have the religion, and I get so confused, because there's adopt a religion, which has to be a regional capital with a population that follows a religion. So you need to have at least one unit in that capital that follows your religion, or otherwise it won't do it. There's spread religion that only works in foreign regions. Religious celebrations boost your state religion in a friendly region. You know, that might actually be the one I would want to use. But I might as well just use a clergy, right? Because this is 30 points, that's 36. So, as you can see, we got all these cities up here. None of them have converted. How's Pittsburgh? We can't tell. So, one population have no religion, and Christianity is 4.94%. That one's at 6.24%. This one doesn't have any. Alright, so let's try it. We're going to do clergy here. I'm going to do another clergy there. So it jumped it up to 24%. I mean, I guess it helps. I don't know how much. I mean, well, I do know how much. 20%, right? Okay. Alright, we have the last one converted. How excited am I that I have two of these right next to each other? Not excited at all. I mean, I could tell them to destroy, which will increase our chaos by 5. Because this city and this city are more than capable of filling in all the space. But I'm going to let it go, because I haven't been really aggressive about converting these anyways, so I might as well just leave it as a vassal, sort of like the way this one's jammed in between us. That's the Uber. It's a town level 2. I thought for sure it is true. It is a lumber town level 3, which just increased the production big time. I know I'm spending my points, but that's okay. You gotta expand your towns. That's another drawback. So let's say we convert another city, right? Or another region. I keep using the word city. If we convert another region, I now have to spend engineering points to improve their towns. I have to spend culture upgrades to add towns. I mean, I know it's a first world problem, but the point is like, I couldn't just like say, okay, I don't want any more vassals. I just want to convert all these regions and make them under my direct control. It would create so much problem because I only have so much culture, and as you can see, I get a -3 because of my regions. If I add, you know, all these vassals, that would be like a -10. But right now I get, you know, I do get +12 from the religious population and from the religion. So if I could get my religion to spread. New York itself is giving me 26 culture points. Dallas is only giving me 8. So we got to assume that the other cities are going to be closer to like what Dallas is doing, but 8 is more than enough. And you can see there that Yangtze and Pittsburgh and York, they're only giving me 0.08, so they're giving me very tiny amounts of culture. So yeah, could this thing fill up quicker if I had them all in my direct? I guess it would, theoretically, and then it would allow me to plot my towns a little quicker. It's a real balancing act that I don't have mastered in the slightest, and I'm just helping you to understand the strategic decision making. I think if I had some cojones, and I do, that's why I'm thinking about it and mentioning it to you, is I do want to convert one. I think I would rather convert Pittsburgh over Gen, because I'd rather Pittsburgh be the one that I grow into the big city. I'm less worried about one that's inside my perimeter. I'm more worried about protecting, you know, naval invasions. Like if somebody were to land, like this situation here. So that's why I want to get another one up here, and I would want to convert that one before I'd convert these ones in the back. I'm okay with all of these being vassals, although I would like them to grow a little bit quicker than they currently are. Anyways, so here we are. I'm probably just killing the, yeah, I'm just killing the, there we go. I'm just destroying whatever I can, so that way my army can come in and take that over. Alright, so here we are, New York, finished Machu Picchu. We rushed build something, and I actually have nothing else left to build. I can rush some knowledge, which is not an awful idea. I'm looking at my situation, and I actually think I need to continue to build navy, because I mean I have two sets of boats here, but there's a big coastline I need to defend if I was really being attacked in earnest. And then we're at Dallas, which I am going to jump in and we're going to try to build this. I'm feeling good that I have at least a defense going. Let's see how well they do. And there we go. Boom. There was the next attack. And they just got annihilated. I don't know who did the annihilating, but I think that Trebuchet actually helped more than I thought it would. And, yeah, I just did fantastic here. So, they're completely wiped out. We're going to move in the crossbow. So now we got ourselves a full army, which is what we wanted to do. I need to pack this thing. So that's going to take me a whole turn to do. I'm okay with that. And then what we'll do is we'll move these guys down and take this over. And yeah, look, they're trying to come and do some more. There we go. We just destroyed their army trying to come across the water. Alright. Alright, our Uber is done. Here's our new ship. I'm just going to put him there and park him. New York, we'll build one of these. Yeah, so here's our new army. We can attack, but I'm going to move my ships in. I'm not even going to let them have the satisfaction of defending it. There we go. Alright, so we can't conquered, but look at that, 20 chaos for conquering this little itty bitty place. We did get a lot of stuff. And if you're wondering, it was really just us versus the building. So we do have this vassal that's ours again, which has been the situation from the beginning. Well, actually, no, they came in and took it before we could send an envoy. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave my army here. Now, what this is saying is I can convert somebody to a leader, which is not a bad idea. This particular army, and I apologize, there might be a way to know. I would like to see I guess the overall strength you can see is 171. There's your number. If you blindly click these, you don't know which one of these is actually going to get upgraded. So that's one of them. That's one. That's not. That's one of them. So out of all of these to upgrade, I think the pikeman is the one I want to do. So there you go. I just made it into a leader 4. A leader 4 just means because we're in the 4th era. And so they add tactics. And you can see there's a tactics set which I hovered over, and I don't know if you can read that very well, but it just says it applies a plus 10% bonus to attack and defense to the army per point of tactics more than the enemy has. So if you have, 4 tactics and they have nothing because they have no leader at all, you're going to get a 40% bonus. And it only uses the highest tactic. So you don't want to be upgrading everybody to leaders. Now the leader itself has an attack and a defense, which I don't think is much different from the original unit that it replaced. But you do the one problem here though is your leader has a retirement button. It's based on, and you'll get rewards based on their veteran level. The reason why you would retire them is because what if we move to the 5th era, they become a leader 5, and then the 6th era is leader 6, and eventually this leader is going to become obsolete. And it's why you don't want to get era 1 leaders, because they become obsolete so quick. A level 4 leader is going to last a while. Okay. We got more points to spend. I can continue to cut down some logging camps here. And you always have to just look like what goods are we producing. Here I can make wine. Wine is a good one. That would be the vats, I believe. Yeah, so now they're making 2 wine, which is going to give you culture and unrest suppression. So the domestic export, wine is a way better option. They don't need the fish. So we're going to export one of those wine, and now Dallas will be producing the culture. And then Dallas will also benefit from unrest suppression. So I don't know when that's going to show up. See, 4 unrest suppression should be coming from goods. I don't see that listed up there, but it should come. And there they go. There we go. We got our navy built up. New York is idle again. I think we're just gonna generate some knowledge here. There's another army coming across to invade us. See, and there's right there. That barbarian would have wiped out my settler like it was nothing. Alright, we're gonna move out like this. And attack. Alright, so we killed one of them. Then we're gonna move this one across. Killed another, but one of them survived. I should probably have New York. We're gonna build another galley. Got another fish. The merchant maxed out here. So where else does the merchant need to go? I think we want the merchant to go here to this town. Do I dare walk across? Ooh, this is scary. I have no Uber. I guess as soon as this guy gets to where he needs to go, he can go over and try to help. Alright, so we got our units. I am going to go ahead and unpack so we're extra strong, and then we're going to guard that particular city. And here we go. We got another one of these situations. I'm noticing we're down to +4. We're way ahead on this race. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cutting edge. I want to get some more innovations coming. And there you saw, we got attacked. Alright, I am going to move just my settler. I notice there's no barbarians nearby. I'm going to take my chances. Go this way. And then, as you can see, we encountered something that's not good. So we're going to go ahead and bring this guy up to Uber that one. And then as far as this situation, we can actually bombard the land, which I just did. And they didn't stand a chance. So if we do this, then yeah, they're not going to land here, but they're going to still try to land along the desert here. Also, I have my... I have to be very careful that issue here, they now merged as a navy, so then his instructions to keep moving went away. Alright, so here we go. Dallas finished this. We got ourselves some more. I'm just going to keep going. And as you can know, we interrupted New York. We're going to go right back to producing knowledge. This thing is very close to being done. We maxed out at 200. One thing I haven't mentioned, it is semi-important if you think you can pull it off. You can take diplomats and merchants and go to foreign territory. So I can send a diplomat, like we sent one here. We sent a diplomat here to talk to, what is that, Zulus, Brazil. And that allowed us to have extra options, and a lot of good that did, right? But if you're playing the Olympians, that's extremely important, because everywhere that you have a diplomat in a foreign area, your Olympic Games is that much more powerful. The other option is you can send a merchant there, and if you send a merchant, so I'm using merchants to make my vassals stronger, because they're improving their prosperity. If you send a merchant to a foreign nation, then what it does is it just straight up generates raw money. So the bigger the city you take them to, the more money you make. The reason you don't see me aggressively trying to do that is it's a pain in the butt because the AI has these weird diplomatic positions that they take where, hey, I'm not at war with you, but I'm going to attack you if you're near me. And they will kill the merchant before it arrives to where it needs to go. And a lot of times you're on a boat, right? So then you land off the boat, and so you're inside the city, and then all you have to do is click the button to, you know, have the merchant become a part of that city. Well, because they landed off the boat, all their movement points are gone, and so that button's grayed out. So you got to hit end turn and wait until the next turn before you can actually, you know, deploy your merchant. And what they do is they just come along and slaughter your merchant. So it's annoying. Let's just put it that way. What does tourism do? Increases the population by 1. Let's try this. Because, see, I'm maxed out, so there's no reason not to do... I've never done this before. I want to do this on Pittsburgh. Nope, cannot do target vassalize. So that means I'm either making New York a 23. We said these guys need more population, so we'll just move Dallas up to 18. How about that? Their sanitation's low. Their religion's a bit low. Beyond that, they're semi-okay. Do they have logs? No. They don't have paper. I could export paper to them. Oh, fleece. Interesting. And it says fleece is going to be used to make goods. There we go. So we're off to Era 5. Okay, so here's our rules. The first artist unit created of the age provides a culture bonus. The social fabric system is unlocked. I've been talking about this the whole game. You're finally going to get to see it. Every nation receives a social fabric wildcard upon entering the Age of Renaissance. Scouts can now upgrade to explorers and undertake expeditions, so we'll get to show you some of that. And new governments unlocked. We're the first one, so we get 10 more innovation. And then they're explaining how the explorers work. I'll show you how that works. Alright, I thought we had explorers right here. Here they are. So let's go ahead and upgrade these. So they upgraded from scouts to explorers, and you'll notice there's this new button here. We're actually right next to the Great Barrier Reef, which is what this button's for. So it's an expedition. We pay 5 experience to go on an expedition, and you have to be next to a natural landmark, which we are. So let's go ahead and just demonstrate how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And so it's really just like a choose your own adventure that's extremely rudimentary. I only have these 3 choices. I can take the scenic route, which just gives me 30 exploration experience. So this will just go up by 30. Nothing happens. The final expedition, I only have a 50% chance of succeeding. I can choose to pay 30 engineering experience to give myself a plus 10% chance, or I can spend 30 exploration to give a plus 20. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So yeah, I dropped to 95, and now I have a plus 20% chance, so I should be at 70% now. Now, because I have 2 explorers, I can do it again, because we did it with 1. See how all of his movement points are gone? Now we're going to do it with the next one. And this one, I can take 30 exploration, but I lose 10%. I can spend arts to go down 10%, or gain arts, or pay 30 more exploration, which is really draining my exploration. I'm at 70% chance. I don't really want to drop to 60. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that's it. So now I got to wait till next turn, and we keep exploring. Eventually we're going to hit the final. I think it was showing us it was a 1 of 4. So we completed 2 out of 4 on the path. The other thing that happened was under the arts, it said that the artist would cause culture. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn an artist. I don't know if a vassal makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and spawn it in Dallas. There you go. That gave us plus 30 culture. That was in the rules, right? We paid attention. So here I am one turn away from a culture bump. Let's finish our research here. Okay, so we're in Age of Renaissance. There's a crap ton of stuff, and you can see here we have social fabric. If we have 5 social fabrics, we can do Age of Alchemy. This gets really crazy because it's actually you're doing transmutation. Like you can turn gold into things, and like you could turn gold into electricity. Like you could even use gold to increase your sanitation. There's a lot of things. This is the historical path, and in the Age of Heresy, I believe, has to do with people who don't have a religion. So you get these crisis charges. We're going to find out soon enough, but yeah, the heresy thing will be forced upon you, and as I said, it's highlighted in the red here. Okay, we got a lot of past stuff we need to catch up on. Let's see, we did all of iron. I'm happy with that, so let's just... I know I want to do the new stuff. Well, let's look at the new stuff. Gunpowder, of course, is going to help us get better ships. I would rather get the dry compass so we can go into deep water. Public Works is going to help us. And in fact, we probably should go after that one. Printing press. Turns 1 paper to 1 book. I think currently we have 2 paper to 1 book. And then the paper mill turns 2 logs to 2 paper. Yeah, this is the big improvement. So currently I think we have a... whatever our paper thing is, it's not quite as good as 2 logs to 2 paper. This one, you just gain a social fabric wildcard. And we'll show you what that means in a second. So Public Works. This is just 15 sanitation. It's a building we can produce. This one will give us extra improvement points. Poorhouse. This looks like it's a housing thing that will give us wealth, food, okay, and then this one, yeah, an improved. So we're using a midden right now. This would be a trash heap, so our sanitation would get better. This is a very important one. And it keeps going. We got finance here, gives us a textile mill that will help us to... So right now we can produce with our cloth. I think we're making clothing or whatever it's called, or cloth. Instead you'll make textiles. And textiles are just overall better. And this will give us 12 production. So it's an upgrade to the warehouse. And then you have 2 domestic exports, so we can export 2 things. And you can see there's a whole bunch of naval stuff, and machinery is going to help us with the mining. There's a deep mine, which would produce 2 copper. This one will turn 2 copper or 2 iron into 2 ingots. I think that's better than the current furnace we have. And as you're getting the gist, a lot of these are going to be improvements over what we already have. Clay mine, sawmill, that's what I was looking for. Right here. This converts 4 logs to 4 lumber, whereas I think the other one was 3 to 3. And you might be thinking, okay, well, what's the big deal? Well, New York is generating... We have lumber everywhere, and not every lumber spot is being worked, but a lot of them are, and we're producing 3 lumber because we have 1 building doing that. I'm making 5 wood. I have 4 left over because some of the wood is also being used to make paper. which is here, right? One wood makes one paper, and then we're using that to make religious scripts. Um, so I have 9 total lumber that I'm producing. I can upgrade that without having to spend, like, technically, since I have 4 leftover wood, I should create um, another saw pit. Um, actually, let's do that. So that's only going to help this town become that much more powerful. So by doing what I just did, there you go. I just made 3 more lumber, right? Well, now I can upgrade those to times 4, and I don't necessarily need multiple saw pits. You get the gist. And you can see my sanitation, I'm not keeping up. So what research are we going to do? I do want to go back and do these, but I actually think I'm going to do the public works right away. Because we want to get the sanitation up. That'll help our cities grow. And the culture thing is the next thing I'm addressing. I'm going to rush it. Because we want to do a peaceful revolution. We're at 200. I want to start spending points. So we're going to do that. Get the government going. And here we go. Another tough choice. Empire. They build naval dominance and leverage that power to gain culture and wealth by conquering, integrating, and exploiting vassals obtained in the warpath. So here you can see the vassal integration cost during conquest, so meaning you take over a vassal, and then upon conquering a capital. So this is about invading people, probably vassals in particular. You get +1 domestic export. It does unlock a galleon, which is pretty cool. -1 culture upkeep cost per region. So this is if you have more regions in your area. That's actually pretty powerful. Governor's office helps you with unrest. So, all in all, I mean, it's not horrible. Emperor's Palace. And then here you can see the naval units get a boost to their attack. Alright, so that's option 1. Option 2 is the feudal monarchy. All aspects of its loyal vassals. So what this says is that vassals build improvements twice as fast. Their prosperity gets a bonus even without merchants there. This is a domain power, which is you have to spend that power through government. You know, just like if you're producing an envoy, you have to spend experience points. So this you could do to increase population at a vassal, which would help you to get those vassals up so they can spread quicker. Here they have a higher prosperity cap and starting prosperity. They generate extra diplomacy for you and extra government for you. And here, terrain bonuses for vassals is all ×2. So you can use this to really get your vassals to improve. And I'm very much leaning towards this one because we have a lot of vassals right now. Then the Republic. They build fewer, more populous, and powerful regions. So this is, I think, if you're building going tall versus wide. They do generate extra luxury. This is not a bad option. The palazzo is sort of like a palace, right? It's pretty generic there. You get the studio that just generates 2 research and 4 luxury. Now, luxury is something your citizens are going to start demanding, just like everything else. And so you have to have so many luxury points. So just getting 4 luxury, just bam, by building this building is really good. And here you can see you're just getting 5 food, 5 housing, 5 sanitation, all for free. Let's see, can I build this in every region? I believe I can. And then the warehouse gets an upgrade. The bonus luxury goods from all plantation. Bonus luxury from luxury goods. So you're just getting a lot of luxury with this. A region level up. This is not horrible either. I actually don't know which one's the right one. I'm not interested in Empire. Um, I usually always take Republic. So I'm doing this. I want to try something new. So we'll go ahead and select this one. So we got the throne room unlocked. We're going to do ×2. We're going to do... just do all 3 of those. So what that means is someplace like York up here, this should start ticking up by 5%. And they should start spreading a little bit better. And this is what I meant, is there's going to be another option that would appear here. Okay, these are all new. Every single one of them has it. These are the social fabric system. So it has 300, meaning that if you ever fill up your bar all the way, you now have this option where you'll spend all your points and you'll get 1 point of social fabric. So we never have to worry about these being filled up again. And then social fabric is this concept. So right now there's 10 possible points. There is a era, I don't know if it's the 8th era or the 7th, I can't remember, where you can increase this to 15. But yes, you can. We have ourselves 1 point of social fabric because we took Wild Hunters. And we finished that all the way to the end, and that gave us a social fabric. I think machinery will also give us one. We just haven't finished that one yet. So what did the insight do? You just hover over it. Research cost is reduced by 1% for each point. So technically you can reduce research costs by 10% by filling this up all the way. And this one, tile expansion costs, unit upkeep for your military, improvement costs. So, right now we have 90 points, right? And it costs you 28 to build something. Well, this will reduce the price. Wealth. This just generates wealth. For every point, so right now that would give us 8 wealth just for putting 1 point into that. And then this one's unrest. So it would reduce unrest in your cities. My answer to you is I tend to put points, when I got free points like this, into the ones that are really hard to max out and have no use for, and that's the ingenuity. So even though the improvement costs are not as big of a deal, we need all the ingenuity we can get just to finish machinery here, right? And see, there's the one. So Tinker ×3. We haven't even unlocked Tinker yet. But yeah, I'm going to be spending points like mad here. I'm never going to get that to 300, so I might as well give myself 4 points of it right now. And it does make these cheaper, so if we do add another one to our city, it's going to be easier to build it up. And yeah, we got ourselves lots and lots of options. We're actually doing quite glorious. Alright, we did all that by rushing culture, but we actually have an artist who I can deploy here, and it creates an artwork good for the capital. Or I could do the cultural movement, which will give me 224 culture. And 224 is enough to completely fill up this bar. And basically it's giving me one, instant level up. So I don't have to spend her now, or him. I can assign him like that, and then I can just I didn't mean for that to happen, but while we're here, he's producing an artwork good. It gives me 2 luxury, which is actually good, because look, we have a luxury demand here. So that's not bad at all. I think there is a way to remove him. How do I do that? I don't know. I would have sworn there was a way to eject the artist. By clicking on it like I just did. Anyways, we'll figure that out later. I might have to Google that. And then New York. Remember, we gotta stop doing this. We have things to build. So we got the Grand Theater. Or upgrade the throne room. Let's upgrade the throne room. And here we go. We got Washington going. Our town guard has an upgrade to guard reserves. Very happy about that. Go up and pick up our Uber here. Oh, looks like we got a free explorer, which we can send over. I thought there was, yeah, right here, the Yosemite Forest. We'll leave our Uber there. We're gonna leave this guy here for now. We can actually explore a little bit to see if we... Because they gotta be over here somewhere. I almost forgot about this guy. And there are upgrades to our utility ship. So right now, this utility ship has a attack of 1 and a defense of 5. Extremely weak. And they also can't go... It's shallow water only. It's now deep water, and it has an attack of 10, defense of 20. So it's a little bit stronger from attack, and it can now go over deep water. We don't need it to go over deep water as much as just having the stronger attack. But the problem is this costs 19.5 exploration. We only have 40, so I'm going to hold off on those upgrades. Alright, I have never seen this happen before. The Ottoman Empire wants an alliance with me. I'm going to go ahead and accept it. This is exciting. So now I need to find them, because I should be sending an envoy over to them. So since we have an alliance with them, I want to get a treaty going. Ah, see, you need an envoy. So, alright, well, let's figure it out. Let's finish this. Right here, 3 of 4. Pay 30 warfare. We gain some wealth, but we lose success. I want to stay right around 80. No effect, or we can... This is 70% chance to get a plus 20. I'm going to go for that. And here we go, like 100% chance. So it's going to basically roll a die. You either succeed or you don't. On success, we're going to get 100 arts experience and 50 culture. On failure, the expedition resets. So we succeeded, we got all of our goodies, and then see there's a little check mark. So we can't do this ever again. And you can only do this on the landmarks, which we have another one over here. So I'm just going to tell them to start moving that way. And then this guy has one over here. There he is. Just going to skip for now. There's one. Look at that. Found a whole bunch of them. I don't know if they can move across the... But look at that. There's a goodie hut here. There's reasons to keep exploring. Oh, yeah. This is why we're allies, because they're at war with the Zulu, just like we are. Fair enough, I'll take it. Alright, so we're going to continue. Um, engineering. We need more engineering points, right? So what can we do? We can make another toolsmith, which we thought about doing. What does this do? Ingot to hardware. Yeah, we don't need that. Right now we've already built that in both towns, so we're more or less doing what we can. I think Dallas has room. It would be, what's it fall under? It's metalwork. Let's just make more production. So here you can see we're burning all 4 ingots, and we're reducing 4 of these at 8 production each. And you might say to yourself, when is there just too much production? Well, it's a great question. And the thing I'm thinking about is the domestic export. I'm just exporting this cotton, which is a little silly. I could theoretically export the artwork, for example, or the this, which is 5 production. New York doesn't need it, but if we start to absorb these other vassals, we can start exporting to them. And I should be... Oh, I don't have anybody assigned to this. See that? This would make oil, which is an interesting one. I just don't have enough people. What is that? I've never seen that. So it's saying I have 3 grasslands, but one of them can't have people on it. Well, here's one. Oh, there's a barbarian's there. I didn't even notice that. The other thing about the engineering that's tough is our cities. See, this is a level 2 town. We've been spending a lot of points making that into a level 3 town. That's part of our issue. And the more cities we have, the more we're spending those points. You get it. You get the idea. I don't need to belabor it. This is interesting. We don't even have our guard. This is very likely just going to attack the town, which will have more than enough. By doing the upgrade I just did, they'll have more defenses. We'll be fine. I realized there was something I wanted to do, but for now, I'm okay. That thing that I wanted to do, to see this is really bad. And I liked the artist concept. So I'm going to spawn one here as well. And instead of doing this, I'm going to do that. Generate some luxury. I think that's a cool concept. Right there, eject artist. All you had to do was select it. There you go. That's how you do it. Alright, 125. Now one thing we can do is, for example, I can click over here and make another dock. What does it do? It's just another place where people can work, and look, it generates exploration and blah blah blah. It's not, you know, it's not meant to generate the oohs and the ahs, but yeah, I am doing very poor. You will actually see sanitation things pop up like a plague if it stays low. The fact that that's low is actually preventing the town from growing as well. For now, I think I have to live with it. I'm trying to research the technology to improve on that. So here, I do not want to pay more exploration. We're low. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. Get us up to 60%. That guy needs to hook up there. And then this one. You can see they're being brave. So we found them. They're right here. I find it fascinating. There's a goodie hut right next to their town, and they don't bother going to get it. So, whatever they were intending to do, we are definitely thwarting at this point. I need to get to him. I don't want to do anything as long as those are there. So here we go. Now Dallas gets to start upgrading, and I think we want to do the throne room with them as well. You can see, they see all the luck stuff. So now that we're in the new era, you can see the stuff that could be coming. So another way to look at it is, instead of looking at the research tree and hovering over everything, I could say, hey, I want to build a cannon. How do I do that? So I hover over it, and then I need gunpowder. The Carrack, I need a harbor and navigation. Now, the harbor, you might be saying, I already have a harbor. No, I have a dock. So I have to basically upgrade the dock. And then there's more buildings, right? So we are trying to do waterworks, so we can get the 15 sanitation, and see that's unlocked by public works. So you could look at it this way too, and sometimes this is easier because that research thing, everything is so tiny. At least here I can say, okay, what do I need to do to build that? I hover over it, and boom, it tells me. I'm gonna skip. Oh, yeah. Pick our item. Vassal autonomy. Plus 0.1 vassal border expansion per turn, and growth per turn, and that's the rest of the game. Holy crap, that was a great innovation. And it's one that we got because we chose a government that specializes in vassals. We wouldn't have gotten that if we would have taken, I can't remember any of the other ones, the Empire or the, whatever the other one was called. Yeah, this is problematic. Our strength is 38. I'm not worried about getting attacked. You can see our archers get stronger. Not by a whole lot, but they're going to be able to hold their own. Let's do another one of these. We're up to 60%. I have to spend 30 more. I do like that they tell you how much, even though you could sort of see it here. See, these make it go down. But it's a nice way, like you could say, hey, you know what? Once I succeed, I can never do this again. Which is true. And I only know of 3 landmarks, and I'm currently at the second of the 3. The first one is already fully spent. And then the other one, we're going to be at in next turn. So I could say, hey, you know what? I want to take the diplomacy experience because I don't want to succeed. I'm okay if it resets because I'm just going to... I spent 5 to do this action, and now I want to get 30. So that's a great trade-off. You know what? Let's try that. So there you go. So that just boosted our diplomacy. Ooh, what's that? Sometimes these things show up and I don't even realize. Let's try this. I've never seen that before. Okay, so New York, 26 culture, right? You can see a lot of it's because of the wonders, like the Great Lighthouse, the Hanging Gardens. So 26 culture. Let's remember that. According to this, I'm going to boost it by 1. Alright, fair enough. Everything did go up by itty bitty bits. Eight turns, that lasted. So I'm going to get 1 extra culture for 8 turns. Alright, that's a little lame, but you can see how there's potential. Chasing them all the way home. We're gonna wait. We already upgraded. Let's get the Grand Theater going. This is the thing that I was saying. And it went through the roof because we conquered that one little vassal. Alright, so ×2 culture upkeep per region for 5 turns. Or pay 750. This is not a big penalty at all. And in case you're wondering, see that -3 from regions? It's going to be -6. That's it. Alright, so do we do local reforms? I don't know. New York is pretty powerful. 125, an extra 25% on New York is not bad. The innovation is dropped down. You know, do we get that up or do we Eureka it because we want to? Our public sanitation situation is bad. They are all good plans. Or I can propaganda it, which will get rid of 10 chaos, which will finally bring this to a 0. There's 11 turns left. It gives me 130. Man, that's going to make it almost halfway done. I'm going to do this one. So now I got it down to 4 turns. Alright, so look at this. We're just going to give ourselves 30 points. And then play some warfare one. There you go. Now we got this guy. He's back down to 50. Look at this. We can get 30 engineering. Let's go for that. By getting the 30 engineering, we just unlocked one of these. So the Pioneer can construct trebuchets. That is interesting. What's a clock tower? It's a building that just generates luxury. What's the Tinker do? Sorry, 2 ingots to make machines, and you need to have 3 of them. Alright. So what would the Tinkerer fall under? Right there. So 1, 2, 3. Let's research that. And then let's destroy them. I don't need Tinkerers. I don't need the extra improvement points. So I just did it so we could get this tech. Once you get it, it's good. And you'll be able to verify because we now have 5 out of 10. So you gotta work it. You gotta work it. There we go. We got our next set of Navy in place. They are just running across the map. We're gonna at least get into cahoots there. New York is fully finished. Um, I don't remember if this was available last time. We're still relatively weak with everything. Um, we don't have a lot of military. We don't have... But actually, I think, you know what? Let's make a bow hunter. Let's go produce more stuff. Do I want to attack while I have a neutral with me? I just did. Wasn't even able to kill him. Alright, let's go. I don't want to pay. So we just get 30. And here we go, 60% chance. We succeeded, and then boom. We've already finished up. I'm sort of okay with it, because like these guys, I need to produce a 4th unit to travel with them. And I think we should start exploring again, especially now that we can start getting into deep water. Why don't we move... I don't even have them selected anymore. This is the last one for here. Look, 40% chance. And we still succeeded. It's all good. It's all good. So, very happy. And in fact, that might actually be the 4th unit. Just have the exploration. I want them to land here and take one of these, although we might get swarmed by this guy. Look at that, another goodie hut just sitting there. Alright, New York. Made a bow hunter. Let's have a dragoon travel with them. Where do I want him to go? I just deselected him. You jerk. There's an elephant there. Looks like we're already doing that one. Yeah, let's go up and get these elephants. Alright. Keep him going. Yeah, this is problematic. I don't know if I want to do a Eureka. This might be a good opportunity to do this one. Alright, so New York made the Dragoon. We could make some more armies. It's not like we're hurting in the wealth department. I mean, they have upkeep is what's going through my head. So I could make more armies, or I could just start cranking out more research to speed things along. I think I should make more armies, so let's make another... So how does this compare? 24 and 16. 18 and 12. I mean, this is better, but you have to pack and unpack it. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. This needs a queue. Oh, look at that. You have to hold down the shift key. Look, I just learned something. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. You can only queue up one thing. Alright, I will be right back. Hey, I'm back. Alright, so something I thought of while I was gone or was thinking about. I don't recall the AI being really aggressive with Navy. So here you can see they have a Navy. It's all transports. There's no actual naval combat to be had, and they're not escorting their Navy. So you could theoretically argue, hey, they're not real good about that. And it's part of the reason why I recommended to you that you play either the island map. In this case, we're doing 3 continents. It just gives you that little bit of extra buffer. The aggressiveness of the AI is that they want to settle and encroach upon where you are. Like this. Look, there's free spaces. I'm seeing all kinds of empty spaces. I do see their territory, but they had to go here and take this. Like, that was a priority for them. When they had other things they could do. That's what I mean. They're aggressive that way, and if you ever play a continental map where there is another AI that starts on the same continent as you, they will, when war is declared, they will come at you hard with their units. Now, you could do like what I did. You basically find a city that has extra protection. You can defend and let them beat themselves against your defensive walls, and then wait until they're depleted, and then go and conquer. Using your navy to take out anything that's along a shore. Again, very possible. You could do those tricks, and but yes, when they are on the same continent as you, it is a different game. And I'm not saying it's a bad game or better or worse. It's just that you do have to spend a significant time defending your borders. And the way I've been playing this would have lost. As you can tell, I've been very economically focused, which is my style. Let's just be clear. This is what I prefer to do. I like the turtle method of play, and I'm building just as many military as I need, and sometimes I'm skirting the risk of not building enough, right? If you're playing in a continental battle where everybody's there with you, you're going to have to prioritize, like, I'm going to build a domestic unit or domestic building, and then a military unit, and then you're almost like alternating back and forth to make sure you have enough strength along the borders, etc., etc. So you get it. So let's go. All right. So now that we've had this new government in place, see, look, that went up to 135% without even needing a merchant. Pretty cool. So we got that going. Get those going. This guy humming along. Oh, another cool thing. You'll notice they make little camps, these tents, when they run out of movement points. They pitch a tent. It's pretty cool. I like it. We're up to 188. I really should integrate one of these guys. How's Pittsburgh doing here? We're up to 2 population. Up to 275 because both the merchant and the other thing. And we could integrate them now. If I integrate them, I do have a lot of resources I'll be able to suck in. Gen is bigger. See, they built a lot of stuff already, whereas Pittsburgh did not. The problem with integrating something this tiny is you're starting from scratch. All the production, everything. Gen, I could get some really nice coal mines going. No, I want to stick with my original plan. We're going to do... Let's integrate Pittsburgh. We're going to add a 3rd. And here you can see they're shrinking. They don't have enough food. All kinds of crisis and disasters. The culture penalty is now -15 from regions. Now remember, we got the ×2 penalty. that's going on because of our uh, whatever the chaos thing was that we agreed to do. So this should get better, but boy oh boy did that jump up, right? We have 188 points, and I intend to use those here. So let's get a ranch going. And boom, we're already at 200% just from that ranch alone. This, we need to get a mine. That's iron, right? Yes. We'll get an iron mine. We still don't have enough religion. Here you can see it's losing minus 0.58%. Interesting. Why is it losing? This is a swamp. We can't do anything in a swamp. And then we have 3 other things which we don't really need to do anything with. But I do want to claim... I wanted to claim this, but there's a fish there. I want to build a dock. Can't quite do that yet. And then, yeah, we got to get Pittsburgh building something. So they're back to square one. They got to build everything. So let's start with... I wonder why some of these are LUDB level 2 region. This will give us construction points. We don't necessarily need that as much as we need. The Grand Workshop will give us 8 production. We're going to do the Grand Workshop. We only have 2 population. I can build another building, but there's only 2 things to do. But I do need civic buildings, so we need a public quarters, for example. We need a monument. And we need a midden. So we just filled up everything. And then with the monument, this one we made was an engineering monument. What else do we need points in? I mean, I'm tempted to make another engineering one because you can see how hard it is to get the engineering points. We can lever over. So here you're getting 7.3 a turn, 14 a turn. We're actually getting 21 a turn. So actually, as soon as we stop having this thing going on, this is going to become just fine. 7 per turn, 15 per turn, 9 per turn. So we could dedicate a government monument and there she be. So it gives 1.2 food, housing, and sanitation. That's actually not a bad deal. I like that one. I do. I like it. We'll do this. Exploring a bit. Oh, he's getting away from us. We don't need our merchants anymore. So I don't know why the Christianity went down. I wish there was a way I could look at a screen that told me better. Recently integrated, -2 unrest. That's the culture dilution thing. Only 1 turn remaining for that. They have prosperity. Decay of state religion, -10%. Decay of other religion, -10%. Do I just keep pumping out clergy? We do now have one population that converted. See, and it says plus 0.2 faith spread per turn. That's what you need, because you just need the spread to work in your favor there. I mean, Jen definitely has it. That one's going up. It's spreading, just maybe not as fast as I would like. Alright, so the barbarians there. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. I don't know of the AI, like, overwhelming you with Navy ships, but the barbarians do. So somewhere over here, there's a barbarian that has a island, and for whatever reason, we're not experiencing it much. I think it's because I did clear out a few islands. I think it was over here. Yeah, right here. I cleared out this barbarian and this one. They would have produced a lot of ships that would have harassed us, and maybe they did. And there are ships actually along this coast. It's just that we really don't have a presence here. This is a really dry area. Maybe I will put a vassal there or castle or something. And yes, so here we go. We're at 128 points. Let's not upgrade Pittsburgh first. So here, this particular public quarters can upgrade to a poorhouse. You can see our needs jumped up to 200%, but the big one is this guy. That jumped it up to 85%, which was very much needed. Made the growing rate better. And it's only going to get better because we can actually produce buildings too. Get Dallas up. I know their faith needs are low. How do I improve that? I don't have any logs because I need paper. So I would need paper to be sent. I'm at 92 here. Converts 2 meat to delicacies. Holy crap. We got a lot to do. So I'm going to build the kitchen improvement. And so now New York, some of that meat is a delicacy, which is this one. 6 food and 2 luxury. That is quite good. That's not even what my goal was. My goal was, hey, I'm producing a wood here. Can I make paper? I'm not producing enough wood for... more paper. How else do I improve the religion stuff? I don't know how much I need to... Chasing this guy? You can see transport, transport, transport. A whole bunch of transports. Let's get all the upgrades in. I could get rid of one of these saw pits and make a paper mill instead. And then export the paper instead of this to Dallas. And I think a religious scribe requires 2 paper. So I need to get that building that lets me export 2 items instead of 1. That'll give them the religious text that they need. Because Dallas is low. There's nothing I can build. That will help with that. It would almost be nice if like there was a religious unit I could just dedicate to it. Like, so I know this is like 10 turns, but it's only temporary. So, like, I do this, that consumes the guy. And destroys them. Yeah, I'm not sure that's what I want to do. Well, I mean, it does work. How many turns? It's not even showing up. So +5 from the warship buff. Is it really 11 turns? It says temporarily, but it doesn't say for how long. Anyways, we'll do that. And yeah, all of our buildings are now available, which is excellent. I want the other stuff, don't get me wrong. Why is it saying 1 out of 5? Oh, I need the compass one. So I could have taken my 4 free points, applied it to this, and I would have been good. I didn't even pay attention to that. Let's get some old stuff going. And these are 8 turns, which is, you know, I feel like 8 turns is a long time. So we got New York. This will give us extra improvement points, but this is the one we really want. The waterworks. And what's Dallas making? We want the waterworks. Oh, you jerk. I mean, that guy's just like sitting out there, just waiting for me to... Always have your Uber, folks. Our clergyman just got eaten by a saber-toothed tiger in the year 1440. I'm really... They're both running away now. Okay, I want to just get these goody huts. Okay, so now we don't have the ×2 penalty anymore. And remember, it was -3 from regions when we had 2 cities. Now it's -7 when we have 3. So it looks like it's got a little bit of an exponential modifier to it. So -3, then -7. I guess you could say it was 3.5. So maybe this is ×2. I mean, theoretically, it should be near 14 or 15 if I add another city. So you can see, like, it's... And Dallas is only producing 10. So... Now, Pittsburgh is already generating 4. Whereas before it was making these point whatevers. So that 4 is significant. And we went from 3 to 7. So Pittsburgh alone is compensating for the negative stuff. And so we're okay. But anyways, I'm just pointing out that it's a real balancing act. All right, the castles. You can actually create trade posts. And abbeys. That would trade. Look, that creates 4 Christianity and religious texts. And we can create another trade post, which will generate some goods. Can't do anything on the hills yet. Actually, this one I want to destroy. We're going to do another abbey. Now, there is a town. You can build a town. I guess we haven't unlocked that one yet. Alright, so this outpost is linked to Dallas. And you can change who it's linked to. We just solved our problem. Dallas, now 200%, because look at this. They're getting Christian books without us having to have paper and all that stuff. Those abbeys were able to do it. How awesome is that? Who is this one linked to? That one's linked to New York. There it is, Castletown. So I guess we just didn't have the right terrain. This would just generate wealth. And then we could create abbeys on these ice ones. This is an excellent... We gotta build more castles. Alright, so the castles are built with pioneers. This is fantastic. We need one linked to Pittsburgh, too. Oh yeah, look at all this. I don't know what they can produce in the desert, but if we build a castle, like... I think it does produce fish or whatever, but, like... Maybe make it more centralized. You can even have one that is on the hills. I swear to you, there's something they can do on hills, too. I just don't know what that it would be. But yeah, like a castle up here, linked to Pittsburgh, and you get some abbeys going. Alright, we gotta look up... Where's our Wikipedia? Is it F1? Yeah. So, let's look at Abbey. That's a building. Nope, can't do that one. I bet Abbey is considered an improvement. There it is. Can be built on open terrain. So, I wonder if sand is... The desert is considered open terrain. This is a fantastic solution. I like it. Alright, so we are building our grand workshop, which suddenly jumped to 34 turns. We gotta fix that. We're gonna rush a guard. And get that grand workshop thing going again. I can only assume it's because this got messed up. Yeah, we don't want the wealth. We want the production. Alright, so we got that. We need to... I know this is spending my precious points, but... And off we go. We're going to get a castle up here. I think right here. And then we got all this land around it. Or here, so we could get some grassland. Alright, lots of directions. We can keep going around this continent. We know they're on that one. Let's go this way and Let's see what's up here. Is this our own continent? We didn't even realize it. We lost them. Alright, New York is already maxed out. Gonna build another one of these. Yeah, let's do it. And make another kitchen. So the trash heap could have somebody on it that adds 8. This is a situation where we got all of our workers doing other stuff. Just trying to see if there's any place, like I could take one off the kitchen here. Like, do we really need the olive oils? We were using it for... No, we don't. We got 200% on the food. I put that there, and then boom, look. Got 115%, and now our growth rate is a little better. Alright, so we got some more explorers. I think I want to go... Let's go down to that goody hut. We finally got our merchant where we needed it to go. And you know what? I'm just going to have this unit protect Washington. And look at that. There's a goody hut right here on our own mainland. At this point, I'm just exploring. Might as well hit all 3 of those elephants. Culture power. I am going to make a town. Because like we said, we got to spend culture turns doing this. And I think I'm going to do right here. Because this town... Oh, I got to have... Yeah, see now I'm spending these points. We're going to make it a coastal town. And these fish are going to give it wealth. It's not super helpful. Like, it'd be nice to have, like, a production town. So, like, down here. But, okay. Okay. What are we doing with New York? We can continue... You know, there's no reason we should stop. The Zulu declared war on us. We could take the war to them. It's just it creates so much chaos. But let's at least get an army going, right? Let's do a... Well, hold on. I thought we already did build some army. We did. We have a trebuchet. Our Uber. We actually have a full-blown army already. So New York just needs to build... We need to replace our Uber. All right. So I know I'm doing the dry compass, but here's what's going through my mind here. This is a military upgrade. Our military is really weak right now. This is age 4 military upgrade. And then we have an age 5 military upgrade, which is not super large, but it's still something. So if we're going to take the fight to them and deal with their defensive walls and things like that, we are going to need our military to be a little stronger than it currently is. I probably need more than one army, too. Alright, continue to move. The desert is always so brutal to walk through. So Pittsburgh has expanded. And now I'm going to do the claim territory right here. And we're going to build a dock. And then see, it's very expensive because we kept doing it. So we get a utility ship going. And so now Pittsburgh's going to get food from the fish. Alright, we should probably get this clock tower thing going. We shall do that. Alright, that's our Uber. We'll just park him for now. Alright, so look at this. We can spawn a merchant, which we can march into here, even though we're at war with them. Ooh. Will they even allow me to have a merchant since we're at war? I doubt it. I'm going to take the, well no, I only have room for 10 more. I will waste 40 diplomacy if I do the... Fine, I'll spawn the merchant. Looks like we can make one of these a leader right away. Right there, leader 5. This one can only become a leader 3. So the Dragoon could be a leader 5. Interesting. I think that's a deep water. I don't even think I could go around. Interesting there, too. There should not be water between here, so this will be a dead end. I don't know what to do with this guy. I mean, we're mapping out the island, I guess. Can maybe start mapping this island over here. And yeah, we got a lot to do. We have the clock tower, which will get us 6 luxury. I mean, we have plenty of luxury right now, but here you can see each unit of population above 15 requires 1. So it's either 100% satisfied or 0. Or it'll never be less than 100. So, and yeah, you can see they're growing pretty well. That castle thing, boosting this, it's a game changer. Let's go ahead and finish this. New York has something else to do. That's not even worth doing. Let's go this way. Yeah, let's go see what's up here. Alright, so we're on their territory. I can move in here, but I don't think they will let me assign a merchant to someone I'm at war with. And then this is just going to cause them to come over and attack me. I think we should be building more units. That's a 2117. 24, 34. So this is a ×2 versus cavalry. Whereas that is cavalry. Dragoons are always... It's a line unit. It's just like the pike is a line unit. I see, I see. Ah. Well, let's... One of those. And one of those. Yeah. See, it's not letting me assign the merchant. But they are... wherever their armies are, it's not here. Very interesting. But I should not test them too much. Let's get off the island. Or continent, or whatever you want to call it. Keep all our stuff moving. Guard. Yeah, so I can't go because that's deep water. Very interesting. Oh, we found the Ottomans. Maybe this is their continent. Actually, it looks like an exploration party. Okay, so we've been trying to spend stuff on Pittsburgh here. We do have another empty spot. We're generating 2 iron, so we can then take those 2 iron and put them in a furnace. But this only converts 1. But that will give them... Look, we got unrest. So we're trying to build this grand workshop. Taking forever. Which... I can't even build one of those. Yeah, they're up to 40 unrest right now. So... I gotta get this guy moving on his own. Hopefully no barbarians attack. This guy's gotta get back. Then here you go. We're at 300. We can always do something, right? Oh, what's tolerance do? Oh, yeah. We're gonna add a social fabric. +1 arts experience from books goods. Sure. I'll take it. We'll build it right there. It's going to take them a lot of turns to get back. We have so much unrest going on. Only 800 bucks. So annoying. That is an unrest suppression of 2. Yeah, okay, so we're going to make a bow hunter and rush it. And that bow hunter reduces suppression by 2. And you can see we were at +10. So we reduced it to +8, which anything to slow down the bleeding. That really snuck up on me. I was not expecting that. Definitely Ottomans. So this is where we want our merchant to go. I'm going to leave him there for now. I can try to create another town. We can make a farming town. 1, 2, 3 farms. Or here, 1, 2, 3. It would be really nice to get a mining town down here somewhere. Or even just right there, a mining town. 2 of them. Or we can reduce the chaos. I can raise an army. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Actually, yeah, we're going to do that. Not with this. Just hold that thought. Let's create another town for Pittsburgh. We're going to do it right here. And expand that town. And we're going to call this one a mining town. It gives us some production. So Pittsburgh can produce they need production right now. But under warfare, we can do volunteers, and boom, we got ourselves a pikeman, which also has an unrest suppression of 2. Still not enough. We reduced it from 8 to 6 though, and I could keep going. Okay, well, no, I have 4 more turns, but that at least helps. Gonna keep those guys there. This guy is eventually, it's gonna take 6 turns to get back. New York. I can't remember what I produced. I'm sorry. Pikemen, cavalry. So I'm missing my archers. So crossbow. Stone walls give 8 unrest suppression, 5 turns. Fine. Let's get that going. Alright, I need the merchant to start going this way. He's very vulnerable. We got him for free. But this guy needs to go there. We're going to go for the goody hut. And who is destroying all of our stuff? It must be Hugh. Increases population. This is a government power. We're going to go ahead and do this one. And then we're going to upgrade him to a castle. Then here we go. He's linked to Pittsburgh. And bam, we can build an abbey. Or a castle town. Which will generate wealth and food. I love it. I don't know why I can't build something there. I guess I can't build anything on scrubland. I did not know that. We finished our technology, our galleys are now cogs. There we go. They might be sending all their troops at them. Okay, so now we got fishing fleets and cogs. We should probably let's get the mercenaries going. New York is idle. I think I want to speed up the research here. Alright, so fishing fleets are upgraded. So what that is like I can come here, for example, and if this guy wasn't doing what he's doing, I can produce a fishing fleet, which would then require people from my city to work it. Um, as you can tell, there's fishing fleets here, but that's my vassal. So I guess New York does. Yeah, we're using all of these. I think a fishing fleet would actually produce more fish than this would. But as we've learned, though, we need our population for all the other buildings, so I still think this is more efficient overall, and we're not hurting for food. So there's no reason for the extra fish. We're going to sink their ships whenever we can. I gotta be a little careful here, but... Yep, let's move that along. Move him along. And that. I don't know why. Is it because... apparently maybe the vassal must have built something there, so I can't do that anymore. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna help these guys as much as I can. Dallas. We have all these production points. 132, in fact. Get another mine. A mine! Pittsburgh doesn't grow fast enough. We're at 60, which means they're rioting. This is not good. And, this will give them more production. They're basically, their production and everything is being... See, it's only 70% efficiency because of the rioting. So, they're not, you know, doing everything at 100%. So there you can see the Ottomans made short work of them. And I could go and try to destroy that little boat, but I actually want to explore a little bit here. And do I keep going? So my issue is if I have my navies too far away from my home, they can start coming up and I don't have anybody here. I do have one navy there. It probably would be nice to explore, so let's keep going. We should get the lay of the land. I might have enough money to rush this. There we go. Alright, so we got this thing going at -2 now, which is good. That was getting a little out of control. And then we want them to get back to building the granite workshop. Getting tired of those things. Alright, Dallas. We'll make the clock tower. Rebels will attack here in 3 turns. Alright, Ottomans handled them just fine. Yeah, look at this. They have all this empty land, and they went after our land. Jerks. Total jerks. I knew that was going to do the job. So what's interesting is they're 21 and they're only at 100%. So if I built like another castle, I could get Dallas way beyond because I can just build a bunch more abbeys. I have plenty of points. New York is only at 130%, so I could do something similar with New York. Although the place for the castle is a little trickier. I guess I could do one right here. Why wouldn't I? Brilliant. It's going to cost me more engineering points. And one there. I can make one there. Spawn 2 rebels at each region. This is a little bit on the bad side. First of all, I'm right here. So now I gotta retreat. What did I just upgrade? So now I have a knight. I guess because of that I don't have enough movement points to attack. I don't know where the rebels are for this city. Right there it is. Oh, I'm dead. They're at 57 strength. Pete's sakes. Oh, now at 52. I know something I've been wanting to do. I want to spawn an envoy. I can't go in deep water. That might be a problem. Alright, so Pittsburgh is finally going to get their chaos down. Oh, look at this. We got Ottomans on our area. But yeah, there's stuff everywhere. Oh, look at this. I forgot we had an army here. We'll move down. We got an army here. We can use our armies to take stuff out. It's just, I don't know where, like they can destroy towns, per se, and that's painful because it takes a whole culture upgrade to undo that. So we have the knight, the crossbow, mercenary hall. Yeah, this means when we build our new units, we'll have better experience on them. Hire mercenaries, which is another army action. Alright, we got one more to go. Trade networks. I'm going to do Eureka. Reduced it to 2. Right, this is a little bit of a chaos thing because these things spawned everywhere. And I think they even spawn for other players. I'm not sure. But, yeah, so let's see how this turns out. Our bow hunters are taking a beating. I think we lost our castle. Oh no, we didn't. Actually, the castle held up strong. It has its own units. That part's good. We can do a capital attack. I don't know why that... I wanted to attack him. It went around. Don't need that. I'm going to hold off. Vassal. Held up pretty well. There's still 2 more. This is what it's like. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. These guys get a bonus against line infantry, which is what those are. Otherwise, I think they would be in a lot more trouble. It's a ×2. So this actually looks like a 64 against that type of unit. And we can confirm that here. Should be a similar outcome. It is. So the bow hunters are holding up. We got this nonsense. Well, that's right. They're actually in our territory. So there we just tried to take out a 114. And just to show you, that's not bad at all. This is the one I was worried about. We definitely took damage, but I can help fix this. He attacked me again. So we can fix that. So I can put a castle here, which I don't think Dallas is going to encroach in here very soon, but Washington, I think is I can put a castle out here. There's no reason not to. Let's do that. This is our explorer. Yeah, he... Okay, these guys definitely hurt the explorer. He ended up retreating. Ooh, culture or innovation? I'm taking the innovation. And I'm just going to move the explorer far away so he can heal. I don't know how I got a pioneer here. Oh, that's right. He was supposed to go here. He's hiding because he's brave Sir Robin. So we're going to skip for this turn. Oh, look at that. Zulu's over here. So far, so good. Diplomacy or warfare? I just spent a lot of warfare points, but I'm going to take the diplomacy. That should be annihilation. Look at that. Those walls are solid. Alright, well done there. Are they really full? Yes, they are. So the merchant doesn't do anything. Okay, so these merchants aren't helping with our vassals anymore. And I know they're undefended, but if you get them over to the Ottomans, we can start making some money. I'll go ahead and guard. I thought they could go in deep water. Big mistake. Because I was going to just go straight across the ocean to the Ottomans, which as you can see are right here. The problem is, there's no... I have to go all the way down here and around, unless there's a technology we can research. So the mercenary hall does what? Warfare experience and 7 wealth. That's it. It doesn't actually give us... We're going to have trade networks in 1 turn. That's in turn going to give us things that we can build. And you got to be careful, because sometimes these things can sneak up on you. Like, oh, I didn't know I could build that. And it's because you're going too quickly through the menus. Ah, Jeff always does that, doesn't he? I'm not sure they have walls. That might be a problem. Okay, you notice a lot of them got destroyed, which is good. I'm concerned about... Oh, Carcassonne looks like it held up. Actually quite well. Good, good, good. We gave these guys some extra help. Good, good, good. Alright, we got some more over here. I do have an army here that I'm gonna march them along to help Pittsburgh out. Pittsburgh is still recovering from the riots, which you can see is getting better and better. Totally under control. The castle held up fantastic. Over here, this guy is almost dead. I think I can do a capital attack. And they are dead. And then yes, I'm going to start moving them to the spot. And as you can see, we got 300 points to spend. I think there is a cap. I think I am capped out. This is a VATS, We're going to upgrade it to a winery. So here you can see 2 grapes. Turns into 1 culture and 4 unrest. Now we're going to upgrade it to a winery, so it's creating a fine wine. So 1 culture, 4 unrest, and 4 luxury. So that's a bit better. We're also going to go up here. We got a unit here that we're going to meet head on. I just upgraded something. Probably the cavalry. Alright, I gotta pause. My apologies. But before I do that, we're going to do insight.